there are more than a few athletes who are playing on a field with 100,000 people or thereabouts in the stands, and they look up into the stands and they see people with their jerseys on, with the players' jerseys on. And I know one player who told me, and I'm thinking, they got a lot of people up there wearing number 87, let's say. How come I don't see any of that money? And by the way, the contract that all NCAA players sign says, we own the likeness to your image. You ready for these words? Forever and throughout the universe. Forever and throughout the universe. That's a legal phrase that's used in many, many contracts. But that means even after a player is finished playing, if he made some spectacular catch and the school or somebody is making money off of photos of that catch, no, they own the likeness forever and throughout the universe, and you don't get paid for it.
And you're talking about the rules that exist, which I don't think a lot of people really understand. But I think there's also a lot of personal stories that will be told on this show as well, because players not only getting paid to attend a university, but how it works once they're there, how whatever they need is provided for, not just in terms of money, but in terms of changing grades, you know, making even more of a shem of the academics that are involved in college athletics. The misnomer that is student athlete. Right. I mean, it's very, very one-dimensional. And I think that you can talk about the rules that exist, but how are they really impacted by doing this? How are they really impacted by the cheating?
It's not just what I call the obvious stuff about is he cheating, how should they be paid, et cetera, et cetera. It's also the inherent unfairness of it. If the three of us are roommates at a school, and she's a musician, and he's a business major, and I'm a jockstrap, okay? In the evenings, she can go perform downtown, and she can make money at it, and the guys who are there can give her a couple of bucks to buy herself whatever, and all that's fine, but I can't. Oh, and by the way, in the off season, he can go work for Goldman Sachs for the summer and make X amount of dollars. The amount I can make is capped.
And it doesn't jeopardize,
right?
And it doesn't jeopardize our being able to go to school.
What is going on here?
We can't just ignore the fact that they made a deal. Right. They made a deal, and the deal is we will give you an education, and we hope you will take advantage of it, which many athletes don't. But we will give you an education. We will give you a uniform with the name of your school on the front of it, and you're playing for your school.
But that's not unlike the Indians taking $24 in trinkets for Manhattan. I mean, it's not a fair deal.
Don't miss a special presentation of Real Sports with Bryant Gumbel. Premieres Wednesday, March 30th.